Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. I am a regional flight attendant. For those who are new, be sure to subscribe. To my returning subscribers, thank you for the support. Today I began a 3-day trip. This is the last trip of July for me. Well, and it goes into August, so I'll be done August 1st. But I was off for 2 days. I had to remember because I worked 6 days straight. And I did a day trip, yesterday, and not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And I'm gonna tell you about the finesse that I've learned last month. This is something I did totally on accident, but did it on purpose for this month of July. But I'll talk to y'all once I get to my layover, because I just saw the shuttle run around and I need to go catch the shuttle. But it's a 12-hour duty day, 11 hours, something like that. My report is at 7:25. I don't get to Knoxville until 7:30 this evening. So I'll do Atlanta to Knoxville, Knoxville back to Atlanta, Atlanta to Charlottesville, Virginia, back to Atlanta, and then I go to Knoxville tonight. So that's my day today. Just not too bad, short legs, but needs to say it's still going to be a long day because of the sits. But I'll see you guys once I get to Knoxville to explain everything else. Everybody made it here to Knoxville. Today's flights were semi-uneventful. The very first flight, we ended up having a maintenance delay for about 3 hours. The pilots found out one of the oxygen masks wasn't working, so we had to have maintenance come on and try to, basically it was a deep wire issue, so they had to take out the mask and put a new one in, and it wasn't responding, so we had to switch a flight. And then when we got to Knoxville, we had so many people miss their flights and delay, especially because of the delay, especially international flights like Montego Bay. That was the last flight out that they were going to miss. I think somebody else was going to Tokyo, which they had to wait till the next day because there was nowhere other place that they could fly to get out today to go to Tokyo. And it was just so many different connections that people missed just because of that delay for 3 hours. But it is what it is, it happens sometimes. You just got to roll with the punches. But other than that, everything else was smooth. It just was a long day. 5 legs, even though they were short legs. I didn't go to Charlottesville. I ended up going to Columbus because they didn't want to delay that flight. So I'm assuming they just swapped us with another crew who had a sit, and we just took their Columbus turn. So I didn't do anything all day because I was working in the back, and all the flights were no service flights. So I just helped the 4 flight attendant pass out snacks to first class. But other than that, I'm finna take a shower, get ready to get into bed. I have a 5 o'clock wake up for a 6 o'clock van. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of this 3-day trip. Good morning, everybody. Today is day 2 of 3, and it's a 3-leg day. Go from Knoxville to Detroit, Detroit to JFK, sit for about 2 hours, and then JFK to Raleigh. And I'm supposed to be done at close to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock today. Not for sure. Slept really well last night. Got a few hours of sleep, a good enough amount. But I'm still a little bit sleepy just because it's early. But I'm gonna try to take a nap on our way to the airport since it is about a 25-minute ride. I'm finna head downstairs to try to get some breakfast because it starts at 6 and our van is at 6:05. So I'm trying to get some breakfast right there to get something in my stomach because I am hungry. And I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Raleigh. If anything changes, I'll keep you updated. Everybody made it here to Raleigh. Today, flights were very uneventful, went without a hiccup. Nothing happened. It's a shorter day. It just felt long because I woke up early this morning. I was tired still. But I forgot to tell you all what I was supposed to tell you yesterday. And then it dawned on me that I didn't tell you. So last month, I ended up working 6 days back to back, a 6-day stretch. But that was because I picked up a day trip before a 5-day trip. And then on the last day of that 5-day trip, which would technically be the 6th day, the company took my last turn away. So of course, me being me, I just called crew scheduling to see what was the reason why that they took it away. And they told me, well, being that we can only work pretty much, they have it the 24/7 rule, meaning for every 7 days you have to have 24 hours off. So what they didn't want to do was risk me being in an IROP or a delayed situation to where I would work into my 7th day. So they took off my last leg and basically deadheaded me home on that 6th day. So fast forward to this month, they give me a flight, a 4-day. Was it 4-day? It was originally a 4-day, and then they gave me a day trip at the end of that 4-day, which would make it 5 days. But on that 5th day, I wouldn't get home until like 9 o'clock at night. And everybody knows that I don't like working that late. So me remembering what happened last month, I picked up a day trip before the 4-day trip, and they gave me 6 days in a row, and hoping that they would take off that last turn. All I would do is that Bahamas turn, and they would take off the Augusta turn that got me back at like 9 o'clock at night. And the morning of that trip, guess what I get? A notification that they took off that Augusta turn. That way I won't have a chance of getting into an IROP and working that 7th day. So it worked out for me. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to work every single time, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to see if it works every single time. If they do something to me like that, to where, which I do have another trip next month where I don't get done until 11 o'clock at night in Atlanta. And I'm not trying to do that, but it's only a 4-day trip. And that means I would have to pick up 2 day trips prior to that in order for that to actually work. And I don't think I would be able to do it because I think before that trip I only have 2 days off, so I wouldn't be able to do that anyways. So it won't work out for me this time. For next month, I'm just trying to figure out to swap it or give it to a reserve, and I'll just take their reserve days. Haven't made up my mind totally on that yet. So that's what I had to tell you. Sometimes it's best to ask questions, especially if you don't know the system. Like, I didn't know that they would do that. So that's why I always ask questions. I tell everybody, ask questions, ask the right questions, and make sure you get answers for them. That way you can know the reason and why that they're doing it. And sometimes you can use it to work out in your favor, like I did. But I'm gonna go work out, and I'm gonna come back and hopefully try not to fall asleep too early. But I do have a 4:50 van in the morning, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3. Good morning, everybody. Today is go home day, is day 3. 3 legs, well, 2 working and 1 deadhead. I go from Raleigh to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Rochester. I have to sit in Rochester for 2 hours because of how the flights run from Rochester to Atlanta is not very frequent. And then I'm done. I'm supposed to make it to the house to Atlanta around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I'll be done off for 3 days. Working in the back today, so all my flights are going to be express service flights, which is water, coffee, and tea. Nothing more, nothing less, and some beer and wine for upgraded seats. But I'm gonna get ready to continue my pre-flight checks before we start boarding, and I'll see you guys once I get to Atlanta to close out the video. Everybody made it home. Today's flights were very uneventful. Nothing really happened on this 3-day trip. It was a smooth, easy 3-day. I think on one of my flights, a passenger, when she got on the plane, she got to her seat. I saw her spraying her seat down, and it smelled like tea tree oil because I've had it before. But I think she also sprayed lavender too, because all of a sudden everybody just started falling asleep in the back that was around her. Even I was like, this sleep just came over me out of nowhere because I wasn't tired. And I think she sprayed some lavender oil at the same time. And I couldn't wait for that 10,000 chance so I can get up, because immediately, as soon as I got up and walked away, I wasn't sleepy anymore. But that's about it. I'm off for 3 days, so I'm going to enjoy these 3 days off. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. As always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. I'm out.